Hi friends, welcome back to my channel, Create Travel Memories with Brandy. Welcome back, or welcome if you're new. Today we're just going to do After the Pen for August. I finally got all my pictures printed and in. Kind of took the time yesterday when I was at work to get them in. I printed them yesterday morning. I just used my Canon selfie to do that. I've had that beast for probably, I don't know, about 4 or 5 years now, and she's still going strong. But yeah, so let's get right into August. The month wasn't, too happening here. That's September. I just filled in my days with these little stickers from a washi roll that I'm trying to get used up. So any day I didn't have anything, appointments, nothing like that going on. Then we move into September. Let's go to the weeks. So I used a Hubman and Chub Girl kit for this week. I usually will use these for 2 weeks, but I've decided because I have so many kits that I'm only going to use it for 1 week, and then I just take the extra stickers and put them in a reusable sticker album, and then I can kind of spread them throughout my my journals and use them up that way. But so I didn't have a whole lot going on this week. I had a couple homes that I had to clean for work, and I did some travel planning. I uploaded a couple videos this week. I love these koala bears. They're super cute. I've decided to start over here on the side writing my bills that are due, as I don't want to put them in here in this area. I kind of stick to the time line here on the side, but I don't know if I want to do that because I just kind of go with it and write down things, because sometimes I'll have appointments at 4:30 with a customer and I'll have nothing else going on throughout the day at work unless I'm doing quotes or whatever. But I don't know. And then I've been debating. I know I said I didn't want to do the Hobonichi because of the bleed through and the shadow. I don't know. I've been debating again. I looked at them and I shouldn't have. Again, this is a Hubman and Chub Girl kit that I had. I still have yet to break into my monthly kits that I get from them, because I've had so many of these kits that I bought ahead of time, and I want to use those up before I break into the kits. So I think I don't know when I started their subscription, but whenever I run out of it, I'll just start using them. I had no back pain this week, which is awesome, but this is before everything had wore off. I love being pain-free, but this was actually a busy week for me at work. Lots of customers making finalized plans. Let's see, did I have to go to Syracuse this week? No, I didn't go to yes, I had to be in Syracuse at 7:30 in the morning, which is quite a drive at 5 o'clock in the morning, because it's a boring drive from my house to there. I got some, let's see, I had my grandbabies this week. I had both of them Saturday night. Little Miss P did not sleep very well. The next week we went into an Eliza Roswell kit, which is a beautiful kit. I love the colors of this one. This was not in the kit. I used this off from just a sticker sheet, as well as this one. Let's see, I had this day off. This is when my coworker was out of work still, so I wasn't getting my every other Saturdays off, which stinks, but posted some videos, and this is when my last back procedure started wearing off. We had some bills due, got them paid. I had a sick day. I ended up getting sick at work and then came home. The next day, still wasn't feeling well. And then I had this day off. So I kind of recouped, and then went back to work on Thursday, worked Saturday. So another Saturday, I had to work. Really sucks that I have to work every Saturday. So I'm fingers crossed, we're on a good path now. And then this is the final week of July, and we used a Busy Bees planner kit. And I love these kits because I don't have a whole lot of extra leftover stickers. I think it's just some of the listing tab stickers. We did some cleaning at the lot this week. Did I end up cleaning? I don't think I did. I don't think I ended up cleaning at a customer's house. We did some final selections and ordered some of our tickets, purchased some of our tickets for our trip coming up at the end of September here. We went and paid for our pellets, which we'll be picking up this weekend. And then I have September. I need to start filling in. I usually go in and plan it at the end. I fill everything in on Sundays, which what I do is I take a little sticky note and I write down my day and then I fill it in. But I've been quite busy and have not done that. So then we'll go down to the days. I take all of my videos and I take the pictures of them and I stick them at the beginning of the month. And just like every month, I do the universe is saying to you, and then the vibe of the day. I take a picture of the day if I took one that day, and I stick it in there, and then kind of like my itinerary of the day that happened. I track the weather. We're starting to get into our cooler days now. I don't think we really had any hot days in August. My husband caught the back lawn on fire. Yeah, he's not allowed to touch fire anymore, but at least it got put out. We've had a really dry summer, and he literally turned his back for 10 minutes and it was in a fire pit at that. So not a whole lot happened these 2 days. We had there was what do you want to call it? A major earthquake, and I guess that made some volcano erupt over in Russia. I think the earthquake was off the corner of Russia, maybe. I can't remember now. I didn't write it in here, but I wrote about it in my everyday journal. Just trying to use up some old washies. Didn't have any pictures this day. I think, was this the day that? No, it was a long day at work though. I went and cleaned a customer's house this day. Planning some road trips for next year. We had a beautiful full moon this day. There's the moon again for the next day. And we jarred up some of our honey. This was from our first pull of honey, and I think we ended up with 10 gallons. And we're going to actually have to do that again. I gave our pup a bath outside. We had to have him on the leash, so because he would have been like, nope, I'm out of here. We went and got some ice cream at a local ice cream shop here in our town. Let's see. Did some Hobonichi ketchup. Had to be at my doctor's at 7:30 in the morning. I was exhausted. It was way too early. Oh, had some new customers come in, did some filming. Had to refilm because I had no sound. And then Friday, we have this town next to us, and my manager at work, she lives there, so she tells me about these events that go on there all the time. a lot of our towns around here don't have events, but this one town does. They have events all summer long. They have a concert in the park every Friday. And I finally managed to make it to one of the last concerts. And this group is called Leave Those Kids Alone. And they actually renamed themselves because I think a couple of them graduated this year. But yeah, they were awesome. Finally made it to that event. They had one after this one, and I didn't end up making it. Had my grandbabies this night, both of them. We had a blast playing, taking pictures. Penelope loves to take pictures. The next night, this is just like a foggy night. It got really cold this night, so it started getting really foggy. And we have the Amish where we live. So I did actually, while I was taking these pictures, there was an Amish buggy going by. And I didn't put it in here, but I did in my journal. And you can see the Amish buggy because they have to have some sort of light. So they'll put a candle inside these lights and it'll glow red. So you can kind of see the Amish buggy driving by. And then there was a local gentleman that had taken pictures of these. Zoom in a little bit and you can see it a little bit better. And he had taken pictures of the bubble Nibellus, and it's just a bubble of gas driven off by a collapsing star. So there's like four different or five different pictures here of Nibella. And then there's a Vale Nibella, a North American Nibella. I'm probably saying it wrong, but I thought they were gorgeous, and I can't remember his name, but I'll have to look him up and I can tag him here. But so these are not my own pictures. I had met with a customer, got a deposit yesterday on Sunday. I usually don't work Sundays, but apparently that's the only day that they could come in. And I hate the fact that I had to go in on a Sunday because honestly, I don't really get too many days off. And then Wednesday was my day off. Pardon, I needed a drink. I was getting a little dry. This was actually the week that I was sick. Yes, I went home sick. And then Wednesday, I went to go get groceries. Had to do a lot of running around groceries, had to pick up my scripts. My daughter calls me. I was just coming out of TJ Maxx, wanted to check out, see if they had any goodies that I could throw into some of my videos here, but they didn't have anything. My daughter calls me and she's like, Mom, I need you to come bring me to urgent care. Mind you, she's like a half an hour from where I'm at. She sliced open her foot. I do have it covered because I know some people don't like that nasty, gory looking blood and stuff. But so she sliced open her foot, and her boyfriend couldn't bring her to urgent care. So of course, I put off getting my groceries. Thank God I wasn't in the middle of getting the groceries. Otherwise, I would have just had to leave the cart there. And I rushed over to her house, picked her up, brought her to urgent care. She had to get 9 stitches in her foot. And then I ended up just getting groceries at the other Walmart by her. So she had to go back in 2 weeks and get the stitches taken out. I got this cute cup at TJ Maxx. Love it. Pink ghosts are super cute. And then this day we didn't have a vibe of the day, so I just did a different affirmation for the day. I was busy at work. And then because we had no internet, we went out and we cleaned a little bit. And then eventually the internet did come back on. So I had some work to get caught up on. We don't know why we didn't have the internet. It just happens sometimes at work. It's like the wiring in that house is really old. It's like 23 years old. So we're in the process of having somebody redo it at our lot and get that done. This was Sunday. I ended up taking a 2-hour nap. I started processing our our tomatoes on this day. So I got them all into a big, it's not a crock pot, but it's kind of like a crock pot. It's a roaster is what it is. So I get that done midday, and then I let them cook up until the next afternoon, and then I will can them up. And I ended up with like 7 jars of it. I still got more tomatoes to do, but they're sitting in the freezer right now. I had some quotes on Monday to get done. Tuesday, more quotes. I had a new customer come in on Monday. Had to get him a purchase agreement for the next day so he could get that over to the bank. Just me, beautiful sky, my grandbaby and his mama. I did get my nails done this day, but I didn't have any room. So these are one of my fall nails. I'll be going back next week to get my nails done, and I will have different ones for our trip. I watched Asher for a bit. On Friday, my son had to go do something. And then on Saturday, I ended up going, I had this day off. Yes, I had this day off. And I ended up going with my mom to one of our cities that are close by, and she was getting her nails done. So I hopped over. Oh, I forgot to print the Princess Diana picture for the 31st. I think it was 25 years ago she had been killed on this day. I don't believe it was a car accident. I think she was murdered that day. But that's my opinion. And I guess that's all I'll say about it. But yeah, so that is my August after the pen. I am currently behind on September. As you can see, I haven't even started September's. But I mean, I got what I'm going to do for pictures. Like I got my niece's senior pictures. And a lot of these will have my black stickers over the face because I don't post my niece's pictures out of courtesy for them because they asked me not to, which is totally fine. I don't usually post unless I have the permission of the person that would be shown in the picture. So because they asked me not to, I don't. But yeah, so that is my after the pen for August. If you like this sort of content, just hit that subscribe button and you will be, and ring the bell or check the bell. You'll be notified every time I upload new content. Right now I'm in the process of packing and getting things together for my upcoming trip. I might take you along on the packing process because that's going to be taking place probably this weekend because we leave in about 2 weeks from today. So that'll probably start getting things together this weekend. I post Hobonichi content. I do a plan with me every Monday. Debating. I don't know. I'm debating. I do love the Hobonichi, but the ghosting and bleed through drives me insane. But and I already did buy a different planner, but I don't know. We'll see. I'm debating still. So let me know what you think. You can leave me a comment down below if you have any questions, and I will see you in the next one. Bye for now.